everybody, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your July 2019 monthly tarot forecast. I just wanted to very quickly, guys, make a quick introduction video showing you the decks that I'm going to be using for this month's forecast. I am switching it up just a little bit, so if you do like this new format, definitely let me know. You can comment below, also like the video, share the video. So what I'm doing here for the month of July is I am using the Celtic Cross spread. I'm going in with the Crystal Visions tarot deck for that. And then what I normally do is I normally will use the Hanson Roberts deck if I feel the need to clarify anything. So what I'm doing this month is I'm going to be doing a second layer with the Hanson Roberts deck. So I'm putting down a second layer just to go more in depth with the Hanson Roberts deck. And then if I feel the need to clarify any further, what I'm doing this month is I'm going in with the Gypsy Oracle cards. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to be pulling you an overall additional guidance card for the month. The deck that I'm using for that is the Witchlings Oracle deck by Paulina Cassidy. And then I am also going to be pulling you a career-focused oracle from the Life Purpose Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Focusing on love and relationship matters using the Romance Angel Oracle deck, also by Doreen Virtue. And then we are going to be looking at health and well-being using the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle cards. So again, guys, if this is something that you like, definitely let me know below in the comments. If you are ever interested in how I do my private readings, I use a similar format. Instead of using the 2 layers, I actually use 4 for my private readings. So if you're ever wondering how I do my private readings, that's exactly how I do them. If you are interested in purchasing a private reading, my link is below for my website, northeasttarot.com. You can purchase a reading from my online store. If you prefer to pay with PayPal, I do have a PayPal link below, so you can use PayPal. And if you are interested in purchasing a gift card for someone, I am now offering gift cards for sale on my website as well. So that link is below if that's something you're interested in. Alright guys, so stay tuned for the reading. Hi Libra, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your July 2019 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Rising signs. So Libra, I just had the Ace of Swords pop out, and then a second later I had the Two of Pentacles pop out. So I just wanted to show you these. I'm going to stick them back in because I'm not done shuffling just yet. So we'll see if those cards come back out in the spread. As you've seen, Libra, from the introduction video, I'm using the Crystal Visions tarot deck. I also will be putting down a second layer using the Hanson Roberts tarot deck. And then I will be pulling you several additional guidance cards here for the month of July. Alright, so what does Libra need to know here for July 2019? Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Now with that Two of Pentacles, some of you could be weighing the options. Maybe some of you are going back and forth with something. Maybe you're about to use that sword and maybe sever ties, or maybe speak your truth with the Ace of Swords. But first, maybe you have to make a decision in regards to that. So that's very interesting. It's an interesting combination, Libra. Let's see here. Looking at July 2019 for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What does Libra need to know? Alright, Libra, very interesting. Here at the bottom of the deck, this is what I use as the overall energy. We do have the Knight of Swords. All right, so Knight of Swords energy can be someone who's taking action, charging forward very quickly. And so some of you could be charging forward, making some moves very quickly here with this Knight of Swords energy. So we just had that Two of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. So maybe some of you have been weighing your options, thinking about something here. And then, I mean, here with this Knight of Swords, you could be taking action. Maybe you're going to be speaking your truth or charging forward in some way. Okay, so there's the Knight of Swords. Underneath, we do have the Five of Cups. We do have the Chariot here with the Knight of Cups. That's interesting. So maybe some of you are dealing with a water sign person, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I also could be reading for some Librans that maybe something happened. Five of Cups, there could have been a loss or some sort of heartache, maybe something that hurt you. Some of you, this is you charging forward. Something hurt your feelings or someone hurt your feelings. You could be jumping in the driver's seat here with the Chariot and you could be taking off, Libra. That could be physically. So physical travel could be coming up for you. Or for some of you, this is you may be moving on. The Chariot for me is someone who's empowered, someone who's in control. And so you might be looking at two different paths that you can move down, and that could be why we've seen that Two of Pentacles, weighing the options. So very, very interesting. And here, right at the center, Libra, I have the Hierophant crossed by the Four of Cups. So the Hierophant does represent large companies, institutions, things like that. Even the government, but it also can represent marriage, more traditional relationships here. So some of you have something going on within your relationship. In particular, you married Librans, or those Librans, you've been with someone for a very long time. Other Librans, maybe you have like an ongoing matter with the government or with an institution, a large company. It could also be something legal. Four of Cups energy, some of you are bored. You're not happy. You want more with the Four of Cups energy. You want more, emotionally bored. And you know, this Five of Cups here, if nothing bad happened, Five of Cups can be someone who's very doubtful. So I feel like for some of you, you might have very quickly maybe got back together with someone, or you entered into something here, and maybe it was a little bit too quickly. So for those of you that this is happening here at the start of the month, my advice would be take your time. Don't rush into anything. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can be someone who rushes into certain things and then they later on regret it. So, you know, take your time. Don't charge into anything. Don't enter into any agreements or anything like that without really taking your time and thinking about it first. Because I feel like for some of you, this is a more pessimistic, doubtful, you know, even someone who's thinking about the past quite a bit, like, how could I have, you know, maybe forgave this person, or how could I have maybe agreed to this? I'm still not happy, or I'm still, you know, dealing with this energy. And so again, for some of you, I feel like that is on the love front. This is with a relationship. Others, it could be with something that's been ongoing, like a legal matter or something with a large company or institution. We do have the Magician here at your foundation. So what I feel like for those of you that this is on the love front or something with a relationship, you know, maybe you were dealing with a controlling person. Maybe you were dealing with someone who was trying to control certain things. That's what I'm getting for some of you. other Librans, I mean, this is you manifesting, and this is you having everything you need to be successful. Now, maybe some of you landed a new job with a new company, something like that. Others, I mean, you could have made like some sort of arrangement or agreement with someone. Here with the Hierophant, you could be signing something right at the start of the month or even at the end of June. But again, I would just take my time with this, because Four of Cups energy can even be you having to compromise, or something isn't exactly what you had hoped for. So emotionally you want more. And so before you maybe sign something, before you maybe agree to something, weigh those options. Weigh those options, and also put everything on the table. That's what I feel like you should do. Put everything out there. Speak your truth. We have the Nine of Swords in the recent past. So we have this mental energy that some of you are dealing with in the recent past. Could have been sleepless nights. The good news is this is behind you, but Nine of Swords, really needing to put yourself first. Could have been losing a lot of sleep, thinking about this matter. Crowning you, we have the Three of Pentacles. So I think that some of you here with the Hierophant, the Three of Pentacles, you could be signing something, you could be agreeing to something here right at the start of the month. Again, I would take my time. If you want more, like if you're having to compromise, for some of you, you might need to speak up. Also, those of you that this is on the relationship front, maybe you let someone back into your life a little bit too quickly. Three of Pentacles speaks about teamwork, and this is crowning you. So for some of you, you might feel as though you're investing quite a bit. I think that you want the other person to invest just as much as you are. For some of you, I feel like this could be out of balance, and this is why we have the Three of Pentacles here crowning you. We do have the Three of Swords here in the near future. So around the second week. So we do have two threes here back to back, and we have the Devil here. So for some of you Librans, there is a three-party situation. So if it's not on the relationship front, it could be a business partnership. Maybe you're letting someone in. Maybe you were already partnered with one person, and maybe you and your partner let somebody else, a third party, come in, maybe a little bit too quickly, something like that. For some of you, this is a three-party situation. It's not always a love triangle. It can be really anything. For some of you, it's business or something with a company. Three of Swords energy can be disappointment. It's not always loss, and it's not always heartache. It can be, for me, severe disappointment. It can be you in a tough spot, especially if there's like a three-party situation. You know, maybe people want you to choose, or maybe, you know, maybe your head is telling you to do one thing, but your heart is telling you to do something completely different. And so for some of you, you're feeling incredibly torn here at this time. You don't know what to do. That could be why we have this Knight of Swords energy here. For some of you, you know, you're feeling under pressure here. You don't know what you should do, so you're just going to maybe charge forward here very quickly. And then we have the Devil in the position of your power, which can be someone who feels stuck, trapped. And so that's why we see some of you kind of taking action here. You just maybe want to break free. You just want to get out of something. And so again, you could have entered into an agreement here in some way. And here around the second, third week is when you're having regrets for some of you. And so that's why I'm, you know, telling you to be cautious here. In July, don't charge forward too quickly. Don't get into anything too quickly. Really needing to take your time. For other Librans, there could be a temptation from a third party coming in. If you're married and you're not happy, there could be a temptation that's coming in here around this time. Could be someone you work with, so just know that. They could be a younger air sign person, so Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. There also could be a Capricorn person who's significant, a Capricorn, or even a Scorpio, because in the position of how others are viewing you, I have death. So we do have some majors here. So death is endings and new beginnings. If something is ending, it's just creating that space for something new to come in. It also represents, great change, transformation. And so that could be you undergoing a great change, a transformation. But for those of you that there is a three-party situation, something could be dying here. You could be leaving this, maybe you're feeling a little torn, but some of you here in July, you could be breaking free here. We've seen that Ace of Swords earlier, the Ace of Swords with the Two of Pentacles, which could have been you, Libra, even prior, at the start of the month. You could have been weighing those options as to how you free yourself, how you cut yourself free from this matter, even if it's not on the love front, if it's something in the workplace. How do you get out of something? Because some of you could have agreed to something, a job, something like that, and you don't want to do it, or maybe you don't want to do it anymore, And so here with death, you could be allowing something to die. You could be welcoming this energy, that's for sure. We do have the Seven of Pentacles in the hopes and fears. So some of you have planted those seeds. I think you're hoping that those seeds sprout. Maybe fearing having to wait any longer if you've been very patient waiting for that growth. We do have the Hanged Man as energy that you're leaving the month of July, going into August with. So the Hanged Man isn't always about just waiting. It's really not. For me, it represents several different things. For some of you, you could be seeing the light here. You could be seeing the light, or you could be seeing something from an entirely different perspective here at this time. Now, it could be because some of you are going to disconnect. Some of you are going to take a step back. You're going to look at the larger picture, and with you doing that, you could realize something, or you could see something from a different perspective. So some of you maybe need to do that here at the end of the month. This can be a voluntary energy here, where you are separating yourself from something here, taking that step back. Let's go ahead and do a second layer here, Libra, for the month of July for Libra. There is Queen of Rods. Maybe some of you are dealing with the Queen of Rods, a Leo, a Sag, or an Aries. For you female Librans, you might have fire in your chart, or this could be how you're coming off here at this time. In July, very passionate, ambitious, some of you feeling a little stuck, and Queen of Rods would be someone incredibly motivated, very ambitious. They're going to do whatever they have to do to free themselves. They're very, very creative. Here we do have the Magician at your foundation. Interesting. All right, there's the Knight of Rods. So we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Knight of Rods. Some of you, messages, news, information definitely coming to you here. We have a few nights, so news, messages coming in here in July, but also something's happening very quickly. For some of you, that's you taking action very quickly. For other Librans, that's this news coming in. You might hear something all of a sudden. You could hear from a fire sign person, that Queen of Rods maybe, for some of you, all of a sudden. Here we have the Eight of Swords crossed by the Six of Cups. So something that's been ongoing, I feel, from the past here. Six of Cups could be, again, a relationship matter for some of you, but this is something that's been ongoing. I think that you're waiting for closure. Some of you could be a legal matter, waiting on closure. Here we do have this mental energy, so try to stay out of your head. This could be fear, you feeling stuck, or really overthinking things, fearing the worst. Fear could be preventing you from charging forward here at this time, preventing you from taking action. I see this as a hindrance. Some of you are maybe just worried about your children, if this is like something with a marriage. At your foundation, interesting, because we have another three. We have the Magician with the Three of Cups. So again, for some, it's a three-party situation. It could be something with friends. For those of you that maybe you got back together with someone, you could have reunited with someone here prior. Maybe now you're having second thoughts. In the recent past, I have the Nine of Swords with Justice. We know Justice represents your sign, Libra. So for some of you, this was you needing to balance those thoughts, needing to stay out of your head. But I think that some of you that I'm reading for, this is you feeling like something isn't fair. You're feeling a little stuck. Crowning you, we have this Three of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with a slower moving energy. For some of you, this has been a process. I think that the energy will pick up here. And there could be something you're doing very quickly, something you're hearing all of a sudden for some of you, but maybe this is something from the past that's been ongoing. There could be some Librans that you're going through a divorce, and so it's been, you know, it's been a process. Maybe you and your ex are having to make arrangements, or maybe you're having to agree to certain things here in July. For some of you, this is disappointment because here in the near future, we have that Three of Swords, but we have the Nine of Rods. So this is someone who's hanging in there. They're not quitting. This is someone who's persevering. They have a lot of inner strength with the Nine of Rods. They've already been through so much, and they're not giving up anytime soon. And so here, Three of Swords, I feel like this is disappointment because you're still waiting on some sort of closure. Something is definitely a process for some of you Librans. And this is around the second week. That could be why we have this energy here. And then in the position of your power, we have the Devil with the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you, this is a marriage. This is like a divorce that you're waiting to be final. And so that's why we have some of you feeling a little stuck, a little trapped. Also maybe with the agreements, the arrangements that you're making, it certainly could have something to do with the children, if there's children. But also, I think that you're definitely talking about money, assets. Maybe you guys own a couple homes. I think that this is what maybe some of you have to agree on. For some of you, you have to work with your ex. And if there is lots of assets, this Three of Swords can even be like maybe you having to compromise. Four of Cups, Three of Swords, having to give something up that maybe meant a lot to you, Libra. And then in the position of how others are viewing you, we do have Death and then Seven of Pentacles. So again, you've planted those seeds. Some of you are still going through that process. But I mean, when you see death, when you have certain energies, you know change is coming in. It's just, for some of you, it's a process. Try to stay positive and keep yourself motivated as you go through this process. We know that some of you are incredibly strong. And we have justice here. So things are going to be made fair in the end. These scales will balance out. So just know that. In the hopes and fears, we have that Seven of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. Yeah, and the Queen of Swords for me is someone who, she wants the truth. She wants justice. She's a very fair individual. So that's exactly what you want. You want that justice. You want that fairness. So I think that for some of you, that's within a business partnership, that's within a marriage, a divorce. You want things to be fair. You also want these seeds to sprout. I think that some of you are waiting for the energy to definitely pick up. And then here, at the end of the month, this is really the biggest caution I have for you. We have the Hanged Man and we have the Five of Rods. So the Five of Rods is a very petty energy. And so those of you that are feeling stuck or you're having to wait, this could be disagreements with someone, you butting heads. So if you and your ex do have to agree on something here, there definitely could be like a clashing of energies. You very passionate about what it is that you want, but they're just as passionate, and so there's a clashing here. So what's needed here, if you're disagreeing with someone at this time, or even if you're dealing with jealousy, competition, petty individuals around you, this could be within the workplace. Take a step back with the Hanged Man. Take a step back, disconnect from it entirely, and just go off and do your own thing. And when you do that, I think that you're going to gain that perspective for some of you. That's what's needed, is just that separation. Let's pull you an overall additional guidance card, Libra, for July 2019, Libra. Okay. Now focusing on career for Libra for July. You have a few nights here. So some of you that I'm reading for, in particular, those of you that I mentioned earlier could have been dealing with like a manipulative person. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's younger, or maybe you're dealing with someone who is immature. So sometimes with the Five of Rods, you could be dealing with someone who just wants to annoy you, who just wants to push your buttons. So just keep that in mind. You know, oftentimes when we see certain energies, especially the Five of Rods, you can avoid this energy. You're now aware with you watching this reading. So there's things that you can do differently to avoid this energy. And if you are dealing with someone who's immature, you know that most likely they're trying to annoy you. They're trying to push your buttons here at this time. All right, focusing on love life. And if you and your partner, you know, if you're married, you've been married for a long time, there's no drama going on within your relationship, my advice for you guys would be pick and choose your battles. Don't fight over small, insignificant things. Maybe you and your partner are like waiting on something to come through. Maybe you're in the process of moving house, or one of you maybe even changing jobs, something like that. All right, now focusing on health and well-being, Libra for July. Okay, so the overall additional guidance card that I have for you is intuition. The power of intuition will light your path, providing a connection to the divine. And that is very true. So, before you make any moves, before you charge forward, Libra, again, take your time. Don't rush into anything. Needing to listen to your intuition. Some of you might need to balance your energies, but really needing to go within first before agreeing to anything. And you know what? The Three of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles energy is someone who's extremely cautious. They take baby steps. They move forward at their own pace. Sometimes, you know, obviously people feel as though they take their sweet time. They don't move forward quick enough. But you know what? That serves them well down the road, because oftentimes they're so cautious they don't get themselves into trouble. He's a planner. He's very organized, and he's very, very careful. And so for some of you, with this crowning you, I think you're going to be. You're very cautious. Your guard even might be up for some of you, especially if you're dealing with like an immature person. Looking at career, we have creative expression. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. So, yeah, maybe some of you get to be more creative within your career here in July. You know, if you are going through something here, Libra, in July, if you are worrying a lot, what can help you is maybe expressing yourself creatively. No matter what it is that you're dealing with, this could just be something that helps you, maybe needing to vent, needing to just let it out. So if you like to paint or write, whatever it may be, maybe some of you just need to let it out. This could help you. And then looking at love life, we do have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So some of you maybe need to let go of an ex. Some of you are still dealing with an ex, and I understand you can't completely let go of them because you're still dealing with one. But it might be time for you to like emotionally disconnect. Other Librans, maybe you need to cleanse your environment. For me, this card can come up when you need to cleanse yourself, cleanse your environment. If you broke up with someone a while ago, but you still have their stuff all over your house and things like that, needing to clean up. And then looking at health and well-being, we do have improving health. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comforting reassurance about this situation. So maybe some of you were dealing with something on the health front, but you're seeing improvement. You're feeling better. For some of you, a situation, something you were dealing with is improving. It is getting better. So that's wonderful. And if you're still dealing with something, I would call on Archangel Raphael. I would ask him for his help. Yeah, some of you, something is going to improve. And if it's just this situation with the ex, because some of you, that's exactly what this is. You've been losing sleep over this. I feel like some of you are waiting on a divorce to be completely over with. If you feel like it's drained you or just taken a toll on your health, I think that you have this ending that's in sight. Try not to stress about it. You are going to feel better. Your health is going to improve. Listen to your intuition. For some of you needing to maybe express yourself creatively in some way, that could be like a good outlet for you, Libra. And, if you can't resonate with this reading, my advice, please watch your other signs. It's not for everybody. This is a very specific reading here this month for Librans. Watch your other signs. Or I suggest having a private reading. Libra, I do hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you are interested in having a private reading with me, please check out northeasttarot.com. And if you do need more insight into a relationship matter, over on Vimeo, I do have the Love Tarot forecast for the month of July over there. That link is below if that's something you're interested in, Libra. All right, guys, I hope you have a great month. Take care.